first of all, I think let's do an overall of the situation, everything that's happening right now. Yeah, I want to show some footage of how it really looked like from Sweden, from inside the hospital, and that there is in fact receipts that show that the Julani militias, and aka the official Syrian regime, had participated in the massacre. Obviously, it's obvious that it's happening. But the interesting thing is that why does the West cooperate with that regime? And the answer is obvious. After all, those are puppets, the puppets of Turkey. And Turkey is a very scary country because it can open the gates and flood Europe even more than it does now. And I don't know how many times I said that the West is making a mistake by not focusing on Turkey. And honestly, the fun part, I mean, it's not fun. I just saw that they had a seismic activity, but I didn't check it. But I just look at it and it's like, oh, there was an earthquake. Next time. But here's how y'all doing. How are you? So I want to show some footage, but I think before I show the footage from the hospital in Sweden, I'm going to show you footage from the hospital in Israel. And remember, hold it in your minds, right? Because the footage that I will show would show, I mean, it's just one proof out of many others that the Syrian regime is the one that is conducting everything that is going on against the Druze in Syria. And on top of that, Druze are now not safe in Syria. And not only Druze, apparently neither are Yazidis. We can hear Mansour Ashkar sharing his story about how his life was threatened in Switzerland by Arabs who were talking about how they want to take any Druze that they would find and make sure they don't see the light of day again. We can see that an actual murder case that had happened to a Druze in Germany. And basically, you're here. Let me share my screen with you. This is the Swedish Druze assassinated in exile, Druze in Germany, murdered in Kolbad, Majd Saji, Abu Fakhr, a Syrian Druze from Kfar Lachef, Sweden, was found dead in his apartment in Germany, where he had lived for over 10 years. His cousin confirms he was hunted and killed by extremists. Cells loyal to Ahmed al-Sharia, Jolani. Even in exile, Jolani's terror followed the Druze. Again, this group, those terrorists, are funded by Turkey and supported by Europe. Why does Europe insist on having the Ottoman Empire back? Like I said in my video with the day after Israel, what happens if, the day after, something that I made sure, you know what I asked? I asked all those people who chant from the river to the sea, did any of them, one, described what the day after would look like? How the transition of power would happen? Who would take over? What would be the geopolitical consequences of that? Zero. None of them. None of them did. Zero did. And at the same time, the critical thinking abilities in the West are so deprived that they don't even see the issue. They can't even see it. They don't see that there is a problem here, that maybe just chanting something without having a proper plan is not the best idea. But you have to think for that. So Yep. Qatar, Turkey, Syria. Beautiful. Beautiful. Turkey has the upper hand in Germany. Yeah, it does. It does. And listen, Turkey is not that strong right now. You have to fight it. You have to fight it before it becomes something that is unfixable. And here is another thing I saw. Dear Jews in Germany, they are now calling us Yazidis filthy Zionists. And by the way, just so you know, somebody answered, she is pro-Assad and pro-Putin, by the way. And there is a whole thing. But honestly, I said, like, if you were in her position, you'd probably be too. Because it's complex in the Middle East. Those are complex issues. And anyway, it's bullshit. But that doesn't matter. What she is experiencing, that's like a sophisticated form of gaslighting. Just because you don't agree with someone doesn't mean their experience is not true. And it's so important. Even if somebody is pro-Iran or against Iran, that doesn't mean their testimony is not true. As somebody who does intelligence, I can tell you that sometimes the most valuable intelligence comes from people who you don't agree with and are on the opposite team as you, but they still provide important information that cannot be ignored. But people today, they like, if a person doesn't agree with me 100%, that means they cannot get any information from them. Anyway. By the way, Netanyahu had two videos today, two conferences, one with foreign media and one with Israeli media. And I checked, and please correct me if I'm wrong, but he didn't mention the Druze at all in the English conference, but he did talk about the Druze several times in the Hebrew conference, just for the record. But he kind of said, he repeated the things that were said before. So let me start with the hospital, but the hospital not in Sweden, a hospital in Israel, the Ziv hospital in Tzfat. So I'm starting it without any voice. So there is a channel that takes Israeli news and adds subtitles in English. So this is what you can see. And these are Syrians that were brought from Syria to Israel to get medical care. And there is a guy here that fought against the terrorists, and he shares a story. But, I'm thinking maybe I should jump ahead and start with the happy department in the hospital, because the hospital also has like several departments. Most of them are neutral, taking care of somebody and then they get better and then they, some of them are, you say goodbye, and in some of them you say hello. And the other half of the video is, of course, about someone who came to say hello, to bring life, which is the best area in the hospital to go to. If you go to a hospital, may you go to the section where life is born and people say hello and not goodbye. But, I think I'll just play it. I don't know, did you guys watch this video or not, but I'm going to comment on it. And I'm pretty sure the moment I'll show you the video from Sweden that I'll be demonetized, this video will probably be, that's it. So I'm going to keep it rather short. So that's it. That's kind of, hello, everybody. All right, let's watch. كيف حالك؟
الحمد لله.
It's a good way to learn some basic Arabic. كيف حالك? How are you?
عمري شيف منهل המחלקה אורתופדית בסבב היומי בין מטופליו.
מה שלומך?
كيف حالك?
מתי נפצעת?
امتى انجرحت؟
الجمعة. يوم 3 أيام
לפני 3 يמים.
So Yom al-Jum'ah. Jum'ah means gathering. It's the day they gather.
דרוזים בסוריה, שהמרכז הרפואי זיו קולט פצועים דרוזים מהחזית. עד עכשיו נקלטו 90 פצועים.
האנשים האלה הם מאוד מאוד מסכנים. יש שם סיטואציה שאני מודה שאני לא מבין אותה באמת לעומק, ואני מאוד משתדל לא להתעסק בפוליטיקה של העניין. בסוף הם נפגעים מאוד קשה. מי שמגיע אלינו הוא נפגע קשה. כאבים או משהו?
موجوع؟ ايش كيف؟
איפה יותר? ברגל הזאת או ברגל
وين
הזאת?
اكثر اجرك اليمين ولا الشمال؟
השמאל או אידי.
צרות
מאוד מורכבות.
נכון. פה יש שבר פתוח במרפק, פה יש קטיעה, פה יש גם שבר
So I'm not reading the subtitles right now. I understand that some people are just listening and not necessarily watching right now. But to all of you that only listen, just know that right now what we're seeing is just an overall view of somebody who was brought in that is injured from Syria, and they talk about his medical situation. So the moment he's gonna start sharing his experience in Syria, I'm gonna translate.
משטח הטיביאלי, הוא יצטרך גם ניתוח. כן, זה לא פשוט.
יש הרבה זמן פה.
נכון. כמה שבועות אני מניח.
كيف حالك خيا؟
الحمد لله.
كيف صحتك؟
نعم.
וזה ג'מאל שם בדוי, הוא נפצע במהלך הקרבות במחוז סווידה.
اضطرينا نحمل سلاحنا وندافع عنه. خسارة الاشتباكات بيناتنا.
So this is Jamal, that is not his real name, sharing his story and the way they were fighting in Sweden. So they had weapons, planes, drones.
فمعهم سلاح هني طيران درون. مسيرات.
He forgot how to say drones in Arabic. So the reporter helped him.
فيضربون المسيرات.
They used drones against us.
فتصابت.
And I was wounded. My right leg was amputated.
يجري اليسار تكسرت.
And my left leg shattered. Did you imagine you would end up in an Israeli hospital for treatment? I didn't expect to come here. But thank goodness I'm here.
في إنسانية.
What it's been like for you? It's been good spirits. There is humanity.
صحيح.
The first time he's meeting a Jew. So one of the biggest things that they repeat is the fact that there is empathy, compassion. They feel like there is humanity in the way they are being treated, which is kind of crazy. So it's you, and you're gonna see it especially with the woman who gave birth. So he is asking Jamal about his first encounter with the Jews in his life. The first time.
عن هذا اللقاء.
حلو كثير.
Very good. The first time I met them when I arrived here.
ومعاملة جيدة جدا.
There was very good treatment.
כמו שהם אומרים
Excellent.
שהם גדלו להכיר שהישראלים זה רק אויב, ופתאום דברים משתנים בעצם בתפיסה. אז אם העזרה הקטנה שלנו זה לתת את התחושה שבעצם הישראלים זה עם שהוא עם רודף שלום ועם נינוח ורגוע ומכבד, אם זה יצא החוצה, אז אנחנו את החלק הקטן שלנו עשינו.
ג'מאל היה עד לטבח בבני העדה הדרוזית בסווידה, גם היום המציאות שם לדבריו עדיין קשה מאוד.
شو شفت؟
شفنا كثير.
احكي لي.
حرقوا بيوت، حرقوا مقامات. العجوز الختيار ذلوه.
تحكي لي عن أصعب حالة شفتها هناك؟
حالات كثير شفت، بس وقت اللي تنزل المسيرة تضرب بريء أو طفل أو زلمة في التيار أو مرة ماشي على الطريق.
My computer is stuck.
مرحبا،
هلا
كيف حالك؟
هلا كيفك؟
مبروك.
الله يبارك فيك يا رب.
صبي ولا بنت؟
صبي.
שתי
Alright,
קומות
so
מעלינו
here's
במחלקת
the
יולדות המציאות ורודה יותר, כשאמל, כן,
birth
שם בדוי
department.
מהכפר
How do you say
חדר
it in
קראה
English?
ללדת, הדרכים לבתי
So this
החולים
woman,
בסוריה היו
she
חסומות,
came
מה
from
שהותיר ברירה
Khader,
אחת,
if I'm not
ישראל,
mistaken,
לכאן הגיעה
and
בגפה.
all the ways are blocked.
ما تصدقت انه بدي فوت
So
يعني
she didn't. She was like, yeah, let's try to go to the border, and her baby was on the wrong position, right? It was flipped. So when she got to the border, what she's saying, it's like she couldn't believe they're gonna let me through, but then they opened the gates and they let her through the border from Syria to Israel. And the doctor at the border, right, from the Golan, he flipped the baby so that he fixed the baby's position. So the birth ended up being good. Otherwise, it could have risked her and risked her baby's life. And that is beautiful. Like she gave birth to her son in Israel. But there is a section here that is untranslatable. You just have to watch and you can hear. So I think it's either the doctor that's treating her or the nurse that was there with her. I don't know if she's the doctor or the nurse. I'm sorry if I don't know exactly, but she was Druze as well. So Israeli Druze was helping Assyrian Druze to give birth, and this you can just see the emotions, like, and also the thing that is striking here is that she went to the other side. She crossed to the other side and received treatment. But there is also compassion, and you can see that all the feelings that she couldn't, I feel like she couldn't show in Syria just flooded out of her here in Israel.
شيء ما بينوصف، ورغم انه وجعي بس ما كنت كثير انه مرتاحة، عارفة انه بنتين امينين.
הודיעו לנו מהגבול שמגיעה אישה בהיריון שני עם מצב
she's the head nurse of the maternity ward.
ואחוז ברוב המקרים מגיע לניתוח קיסרי אם לא מצליחים לעשות היפוך, ולמזלה הטוב הרופא שהוא במקרים מרמת הגולן הוא עשה לה היפוך מוצלח. בסדר حبيبتي واهم شيء انك تطعميه ترضعيه مش تعطوش الحليب بالقنانه
لا صدري يا حبيبتي يا حبيبتي.
طيب هذا اعطيك ابوسك.
And they started kissing and hugging. You can see like crying.
את דרוזית?
אני כן, בטוח.
לפגוש דרוזית מסוריה
מאוד מרגש, מאוד מאוד, אני לא רוצה להתחיל לבכות עכשיו. רואים בסווידה לפי דעתי עכשיו משפיעים על כולנו, לצערי לא לטובה, וזה מחזק יותר את הקשר ואת האמפתיה שלנו כלפי היולדות שמגיעות משם.
שו מעלק?
It sounds like she just said that everything that's happening with Sweden is like really heightens the emotions among the Druze community, and unfortunately not for the better. But she said like I want to go back because she said but that it further strengthens the bond and empathy. And she said with the women who come to give birth that are from there. But she said like multiple women. It's a multiple. I guess she's not the only woman that came to give birth in Israel that is Druze from Syria.
את הקשר ואת האמפתיה שלנו כלפי היולדות שמגיעות משם.
שו מעלק?
He's so cute. So sad.
אמל יודעת אם לא הייתה מגיעה בזמן למרכז הרפואי זיו, הלידה שלה הייתה מסתבכת, סכנה ממשית לתינוק, סכנה גם לחייה. הקשיבו לה טוב, זה הרבה יותר מהכרת טובה לישראל, זה יותר שינוי תודעה.
انت خلاص كم يوم بدك ترجعي على
ايه
بس يكبر ابنك في العمر بدك تخبري انه
فرحت له انت ولدت بين اهل ما بينوصفوا، بين شعب راقي فهمين محترم، وانت ولدت باسرائيل يعني دوله فعلا بكل القوه وبحق الله.
قلت له بدك اياه
بدي انه بطلب انه يعني من دولة اسرائيل انه نصير انه هيك يوم الشمل نصير نحن وياهم، يعني بتمنى انه بدي اياه بكل لحظه، يعني انه تكون معنا وتكون حدنا وتفتح بيننا وبينهم الحدود ونصير انه نحن وياهم.
So she was saying that like that she when the baby grows, she's gonna tell the baby that he was born among a strong nation, and rightfully so, among good people, kind people. And then she went ahead and just said, I really, really hope that the borders would open and that we can unite, that we could be unite with Israel.
ואלה דברים שרק דרוזים בימים אלה יכולים ממש להבין, ערכה של הערבות ההדדית. אמל, כמו רבים מהדרוזים בסוריה, מכירים טובה לדרוזים בישראל שיצאו לרחובות בדרישה מישראל לעזור להם.
That's the Druze who tried to reach into Syria when everything was happening in Sweden to go and help. And Israel actually opened the gates. They were like, we're not going to shoot them. Obviously. And I mean, not obvious. If it's one of the things that it's like an unspoken reality, right? Unlike Europe, and when I say Europe, I mean Europe excluding Poland, because the Polish, they have a brain. Israel, if somebody comes, and it's the way, like, you know, they can also shoot. Either way, right? Because it's. But since it was the Druze from our side and the situation that was happening, they decided that instead they're gonna allow. So some Druze entered from Syria to Israel, and a lot of Israeli Druze went to Syria. And then after that, I don't know if you guys remember, ministers just went and fetched them all and brought them back home. And the interesting thing that I find is that I don't know what the Israeli Druze were thinking before that about the situation in Syria, but they were, especially the young ones, they came back absolutely shocked, because I don't think they've ever seen poverty before, and I feel like if they've known, they would have brought things with them, because it ended up that they went to the Syrian side, and then the Syrian side had to host them, but they didn't have much to offer. Maybe an egg or something, right? They didn't have much. So the Israeli side, they came back and it's like, they don't have anything. And I said, and I thought, to be honest, like if I would have went, I would have brought food with me. Like I would have anticipated that. But I don't think the youngsters understood how difficult the situation is on the other side. Yeah, so.
عايشين بين دين امينين، مقدمين لهم كل شيء راحه الحمد لله، والله يلم الشمل ونجتمع كلنا، هيك بتمنى.
אנחנו מוכנים להקריב הכל, מוכנים לעשות הכל למען האחים שלנו.
تعرف الشيخ موفق؟
شيخ موفق باينة، شيخ موفق بعزنا بطائفتنا، غيرته علينا، احنا لما نشوفه ما بنبكي لأنه عم بيساعدنا بكل شيء، يعني شو بدك أحلى من هيك حنية يعني علينا، نحن عم نضم.
לפני שנפרדנו מג'מאל, הוא ביקש להוסיף כמה דברים.
شكرا إسرائيل، عن جد شكرا.
Thank you for fighting the Islamists.
هاي شكرا من القلب.
They're protecting us as much as we're protecting them.
الدولة السورية أو
We should know as Israel that we do that same thing as they do for us, we do for you.
طلع مش نظام سوري أو شيء، طلع عدو للطائفة الدرزية.
Sorry. Yeah. Wait, I'm wondering, should I thought I'd show you what Turko had to say. I don't know if you guys remember her. Turko was here, she's from Turkey. And she made a video where she pleads to the Turkish side to stop the genocide because she knows as a Turkish girl, she understands who she has to talk to. Josh, thank you so much for your support. For some reason, I'm dropping the video of me writing ATVs on Telegram. The video is taking its sweet time uploading. Well, thank you for your support, Josh. Actually, let me see if you guys wrote something. And buy me coffee. You guys, if you want to support this channel, please consider buying me coffee. Let me see if anyone had written anything there. And no, don't see anything. Okay, I think I'll show you what happened there, and then I'm gonna wrap it up. Because unfortunately, the moment I show it to you, I know that's it for this stream, basically. So graphic warning, surveillance camera from the National Hospital in Sweden, Syria shows the assassination. I don't know if there is a... But this is the medical staff. This is the Bedouin tribes in full military gear. This is the, obviously not Bedouin tribes. This is the actual Syrian regime assassinating medical staff members. By the way, like the numbers of patients that they took down there is also insane. And this video is from July. So this is what was happening. And this also, of course, corresponds with what we heard from there. So this is in the hospital. Oh yeah. Camera footage from National Hospital in Sweden shows proof of the massacre of all the medical staff on the hands of the Syrian army and general security forces. I have this bug where it just... Let me just play it like this. Yeah, nobody's talking about it. Nobody's talking about it because talking about it, it's going against Mr. Erdogan. Nobody wants to go against Mr. Erdogan. Erdogan has a lot of power. Does this video show anything, or is it just there? Well, it wouldn't. I assumed. Oh, there is a tank. Check it out. A whole tank outside the hospital. Just strolling. What is the tank doing there? Why do Bedouin tribes? Oh, it's just a local quarrel, huh? Huh, Marco Rubio? I see. Yeah, 100%. 100%. Yeah. Oh, here it is parking. Oh, yes. Why does the tank come? Can somebody explain that to me? Like, what kind of local quarrels? And it's all, they have a bunch of new military, remember how Israel did all this cleaning job when they took power to make sure they don't have anything from the Syrian regime, from the previous Syrian regime, from Assad? Worry not, because Turkey had gifted them everything that they need in order to conduct genocide. Baruch Hashem. Let's see this one. Would it play on a big screen? No, it's a weird bug. Do you guys also have that? Here, I know it's gonna show. Oh, this is. Oh, I'm guessing this is the ambulances. I'm guessing that's the entrance to the hospital. And we can see militias going in. And here is again with that bug. Fine. Yep. The stream got demonetized. If you guys want to support this kind of work, please consider going to buy me coffee and making sure I have enough caffeine to do that kind of work. I don't know if we finished watching already. I've been looking for a little bit of other things. Joshua, thank you for buying. And someone, all right, someone bought a book and said, good work. Try and do some uplifting things too. Don't get too sucked into their evil. Well, I'll do uplifting things when after uplifting things come my way. Don't worry. But thank you for your support. And Joshua, thank you again. I love you. I may have slowed internet speeds with my upload, and I'll do it again. I mean, I have second video from when I strapped the camera from. I don't know what you're sending, Joshua, but thank you for your support. All right. It's important to show. What can I do? It's important things to show. And yeah, it's a war crime. This is the moment the regime. Thank you, Shauna. Thank you so much for your support. God bless your country and your righteous members. Amen. And God bless you, Shauna. Thank you for your support. Let me show you the video. Turco made. It's in Turkish, but I think it's important to share so that we all remember who it is that we should really blame, and who is the person like the West should really focus on. Because you don't need to focus on little shrimps. You need to focus on the real sharks. And the real problem is not Giuliani and his gang of local fifths and thugs. The problem is Turkey.
In Sweden to protect Rus communities. Burası Suriye'nin
How do I go back?
altında olan bir şehir. Binlerce insan açlık, susuzluk ve çaresizlik içinde hayata kalmaya. Elektrik yok, su yok, iletişim yok, ilaç, un yok ve kaçış yolu da yok. Bu bir abluka değil, bu bir savaş suçu, bu sessizlikte suç ortaklığıdır. Buradan Türkiye Cumhuriyeti hükümetine sesleniyoruz. Süveyda'ya acilen güvenli bir insani koridor açılması için harekete geçin. Bu sadece Dürzilerin değil, insanlığın çağrısıdır. Bebekler, yaşlılar, hastalar yavaş yavaş ölüme terk ediliyor. Bir an önce müdahale edilmezse bu felaketin vebali sadece Suriye'nin değil, dünyanın da omuzlarında olacak. İnsanlığın onuru için şimdi harekete geçin. Sessizlik suç ortaklığıdır.
Thank you, Bruce. Crunch is asking, she cannot go back to Turkey? If you're asking, no, she's stuck in Israel.
This is my call to the Turkish government to open a humanitarian corridor in Sweden to protect Rus communities. Burası Suriye'nin Süveyda kenti. Yani 15 güne aşkın süredir kuşatma altında olan.
And thank you, Mahmet. Thank you for support. I don't know how to buy coffee. Hashem bless. Thank you for support. Stay safe. And Michael, thank you again. Thanks for telling people about this. The world needs to know. And the world needs to know that Turks are behind this 100%. 100%. I mean, and let's not forget. Oh, you guys seen that? Have you guys seen? Because now that we're past the official part of this video, have you guys seen Anna Kasparian shouting that to Israelis to know that everybody hates you? But not Israel, Israelis as individuals. I want to take a moment to remember that the Turks are behind this, yes, but Turko, for example, is a Turkish girl that cares about truth and humanity. And that is the difference between those who hate us and those who we hate. Those who we hate did something to deserve it first. Wow, Anna, this girl, Anna, I think I can show you Matan. Matan had a reaction to her. She's crazy, man. Insane. Anna Kasparian, whatever her name is. She worked for the Young Turks, those who committed the genocide against the Armenians while being an Armenian. Let me show you Matan, my friend. Matan is a very funny guy, I have to say. Oof. Like the thing I think about right now is so I shouldn't share. It's private. It's fun. Not private, this girl.
Now, I want you to be clear. I want you to understand this, okay? You are hated internationally. Hated. The whole international community loathes you.
Anna Kasparian.
Young American citizens in this country, both left and right, loathe you. And eventually, these are the people who are going to come into power.
Okay.
Don't be...
Enough. When are you going to realize? When is the world going to realize we don't give a shit about people hating us? Because whether you like us or not, Hamas still want to kill us. Iran still want to kill us. Hezbollah still want to kill us. Every fucking terrorist organization still want to fucking kill us. So hate us, love us. We don't give a flying fuck.
By the way, he's not acting. He's like that in real life too. For the record. Okay. So you know how the way you see me, like I am like that in real life as well. But in real life is like that as well.
Fuck off. Let us do our job. That actually is your job as well. Because there's also American hostages, Argentinian hostages, Mexican hostages, Thai hostages, you motherfucking dumbass. Fuck off. Take your pretty face. You are pretty. But still fuck
pretty.
off. Fucking idiot.
So you are pretty.
Fuck.
Any Israelis watching this right now, I want you to be clear. I want you to understand this, okay? You are hated internationally. Hated. The whole international community loathes you.
She's insane.
Young American citizens in this country, both left and right, loathe you. And eventually, these are the people who are going to come into power.
Okay.
Don't be...
Enough. When are you going to realize? When is the world going to realize we don't give a shit?
Yeah. Let's see if there are any. Yeah. That's a young Turk for you. That's a very good representation of somebody who subscribes to that line of thinking, not just necessarily being a Turk. Joshua, thank you again. Good news. President's Daily Brief did 2 videos on this, and what's his name? Well, he did a video or 2 as well on Syria. And this shining new regime on a shit pile. I don't know what you're saying. President's Daily Brief? Well, I don't know. Does it mean it was talked about in the White House? Did I miss it? All right. No, most of the US does not hate Israel. It's leftist propaganda. Believe me, even if they hate Israel, once they understand, and so here's the thing, right? So once you get into a position of power, you have responsibility. And there are 2 options. You do what's good for your country, or you do what's good for like yourself and your ego, and you become a dictator, like Obama or like Erdogan, who literally took an growing economy, an amazing country, and made it shit by applying economy based on Islam and Islamic principles, and then he dragged his country into the gutter. But this is what you need to worry. It's like if people hate Israel so much, they would do things that would hurt America just to hate on Israel. That the issue is way deeper than hating America, than hating Israel, believe me. But those are just like this, like Israel, and it's like the moment they get into power and look at the data, like they'd realize what's going on, right? If they have a brain. But I'm afraid that what she's actually saying is that there is a whole generation of brainless zombies. And I don't know. I kind of, it sounds believable. May they never reach power. But yeah, you're gonna miss Obama if they ever do. Exactly. The West needs to love itself and realize they need to make sure that Turkey changes their regime. All right. All right, everybody. That's it. This video is, of course, officially demonetized. And thank you everybody for being here and supporting this channel and supporting Dead Rules. And please spread the message. make sure it reaches the world. Everybody needs to understand that situation. Thank you so much for being here. Good night.